Another week and another build. Today I have a build for Bottom Tree Dawnblade. So you Warlocks out there are going to have a decently strong build this week, especially with it being Devil's Lair for the Nightfall. And what I'm talking about is a bugged interaction. I hope it doesn't get patched soon in the next top fix, but they haven't said anything about it, so who knows. But before I get into all the bugginess of it and how good it is, I'm just going to take a moment to shill right here. So, hey, what's up? A lot of you aren't subscribed. If you could, subscribe, preferably with notifications on, that'd be great. Also, if you like this video and comment, that also really helps me out a lot. Also, I have some other things that you could connect to me on. I have a Twitch. We're like halfway to 50 followers. I'll do a 12-hour stream at 50 followers. I have a Twitter. I tweet on there, usually funny stuff or, just in the moment talking about Destiny. Or I also have a Discord server that I'm trying to boost up a little bit, get LFGs going on there. You could post your Guardian fashion on there, memes. We have Dank Memer on there. We have Tatsu. And once music bots are back on Discord, I'll make sure to get one in there that does work since Rhythm and Groove have been taken down. But yeah, that's about it for that, and let's get into the actual video itself. Now, when I talk about the mods for this, we need to set down the essentials for this. Of course, Bottom Tree Dawnblade is the main thing this is focused on, but Necrotic Grips is the synergy we're looking for. Basically, if you don't already know, and I have a video on this already up, but Necrotic Grips has a weird interaction right now with Bottom Tree Dawnblade, with the burn. So the burn on Bottom Tree Dawnblade, I'm guessing, is based off of the melee, and that burn can also be applied through the grenade or the super. Well, whenever an enemy dies to either of those abilities from burn damage, it counts it as the melee, and it can apply Necrotic Grip, and Necrotic Grip can spread from those abilities. And that's where we get into the really weird stuff with Necrotic Grips in Bottom Tree Dawnblade. It makes your grenade, super, and melee apply overload when you have Thermoclastic Strike. So you do not really need to worry about overload as long as there are enemies around the champion. You can just throw a grenade and it will be stunned. So you do have a close range and long range way to shut down overloads, which is great. So in your gauntlets, that means you could slap in either an anti-barrier for an auto rifle, or you could slap in maybe a unstoppable fusion rifle and run double fusions like I was here. Or you could run a sidearm or something. You don't need overload is what I'm trying to get at. But I do recommend using Grenade Kickstart on your gauntlets so that you could throw a grenade and get some of the energy back immediately. But combat style mods, we need to focus on Elemental Wells because that's just the best way to get your grenades back. So Elemental Ordnance, or Well of Ordnance, Well of Ordnance is great. It's one of the best mods in the game right now. It gives you quite a bit of grenade energy for picking up Elemental Wells. Elemental Armaments is really good, especially if you're using a solar primary or just using your solar weapon to kill things. Which is where Double Fusion Rifle kind of isn't as good, but it's still usable. An Osmosis primary would also be good to work with it. It's not really required with how many grenade kills you can get. Elemental Ordnance is great. Grenade kills do it. Well of Ordnance, have multiple of them. I have 2 in this build, and I could probably use more. But there's some other mods you do want also. And your helmet, of course, Ashes to Assets is going to be great because grenade kills give you more super energy, and your super energy has the same weird bug with it for Necrotic Grips. Other things you might want is just kind of up to you, really. And not all my armor is fully upgraded or anything, so I still have room that I could potentially fill in here to get higher stats to throw more grenades, more melees, more supers. But weapon-wise, this is really up to you. I was using a Chroma Rush here with anti-barrier rounds because I was in a strike where I needed anti-barrier and overload, so now I had it. You could swap it out for an Ariana's Vow, and you could use it kind of just major clear or killing yellow bars and also anti-barriers. That's not what I did, but that's something you could do. I was using Sleeper Simulant as my exotic weapon. 1K Voice is another great option with Particle Deconstruction, which you can run with this. So there's a lot of freedom in your weapons. Polaris Lance is really good because the perfect fifth shot can trigger the burn from Bottom Tree Dawnblade and Necrotic Grips, so that's a good option. Jotun can also do that, but with Particle Deconstruction, Jotun just isn't that good compared to almost every other fusion rifle, so it's not really worth using. If you can swing it, you could run Thorn as your primary, especially in strikes like Lake of Shadows, or Hollowed Lair, or Corrupted, where you're fighting Taken, or Scorn, and they don't have anti-barrier, so you can run Thorn in your primary slot to handle adds, and then have double fusion to handle unstoppables and to deal damage. That could also really work. Thorn doesn't spread the burn, so you don't get the extra explosions from Bottom Tree, but you do get the Necrotic Grips just clearing of adds, which is also still really good. Anything with Demolitionist would be nice, just so you could throw more grenades, but that's just kind of the idea of this build, is to just clear adds using Necrotic Grips and your abilities at the same time, and it does a lot of damage. It isn't just the same as throwing a grenade. It does apply the burn from the subclass and from Necrotic Grips at the same time, and Necrotic Grips do ramp up over time, so you do a lot more damage than you would normally. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's good for clearing out beefier adds, but you also do have built-in overload on your grenades and your super with an asterisk. That's about it for this build, really. There's not too much to go into here. It's just kind of simple, and it just works. Your Elemental Well mods are great for it, so I would check out this build, and hopefully next week I do have one on Revenant out. If not, I'll have something else out. Just kind of depends on what I'm doing at reset and if Elemental Shards is out, really. But when Elemental Shards is out, expect a really crazy Revenant build that will go insane, okay? But yeah, that's about it for this video. Again, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.